Isa po sa mga bagong konsepto na umuusbo ngayon ay ang panganganak po na tinatawag na water birth. Ito po isang alternatibong paraan upang magbigay sa mga ina na magkaroon ng mas kakaibang karanasan ng panganganak. Subalit ito rin po ay nangangailangan ng maingat na pagsusuri at paghahanda upang mapanatili ang kalusugan at kaligtasan ng ina at pati na din ng mga sanggol.
Kaya naman kaugnay niyan ay makakapanayam natin ngayong umaga ang OB-GYN na si Dr. Martin Manahan para bigyan tayo ng malawak na kaalaman patungkol sa water birth. Good morning and welcome po sa Rise and Shine Pilipinas, Doc Martin.
Hi Doc, good morning. So Doc, let's talk more about water birth. Ano po ba ito at paano po ba ito naging isang alternatibong paraan sa panganganak?
Actually, yung water birth is delivery in warm water, no? This is not a new thing. Actually, there are records from 8,000 BC in Egypt. The pharaohs used to deliver by water birth. If you know anything about the pharaohs, they were supposed to be divine. So what happened was they married their sisters. So they were inbred and they were delicate. So that's the oldest record of water births. And there was 2,700 years ago, the Minoans also had it, South Sea Islanders. And in the West, the earliest record was in 1803. It was a village in France. A woman was having a hard time delivering, and then they put her in warm water, and she was able to deliver. So it's not something new. No, it's actually an ancient thing because we humans actually have our amphibious roots. So yun, as far as my experience is concerned, I started doing this 10 years ago, and the patients who do this kind of thing are usually highly motivated, highly educated. They're in good physical condition because in water birth, you're doing everything yourself and you have to be in good condition. So we ask the patients to prepare by making sure the baby is not so big, by dieting, and ideally they're fat adapted. No? So what do you mean by fat adapted? So their body is used to burning fat as a fuel. If you're always taking carbs, you have about 40 minutes of fuel in your body. Then you have to keep taking more carbs. But if you're fat adapted, you have almost unlimited stores of fat in your body. So your body will be able to power itself through this process. No? So yun, it's something that is not new, but rather we are discovering it again. It is a very good alternative to other forms of delivery, and in the correct center, it is very safe.
Alright, so parang back to basic ang dating nito, no? Okay,
Yes.
well, alam nga natin na maraming lalo na mga celebrities ang sumusubok na ganitong paraan ng panganganak ngayon, Doc. Pero ano ba ang mga benefits talaga nito? Bakit tayo bumabalik sa basic when it comes to panganganak through water birth, Doc?
Okay, if you're going to do natural delivery, no, there are certain advantages to water birth. Number one is compared to being outside in open air, it's more relaxing, so there is less perceived pain. Kasi yung pain is actually two things. It's sensation plus emotion. Now everybody feels the same sensation. However, you can modify the emotional response. So if you're more relaxed, if there's nice music, if it's dim, you have your loved ones there, mas relaxed, so your perception of pain is less, number one. Number two is the woman can find any position that she wants. Kasi, normally you're just stuck in one position, the lithotomy position. But this one, she can find any position she wants to deliver. The nice thing is that since the woman is in water, the pregnancy floats. So normally there will be pressure on the major blood vessels. This is relieved because the pregnancy is floating, so the woman has better circulation. Also, if you're going to do natural delivery, there is much less vaginal tearing. No? So what do we do when it's already fully dilated? I'm bent over, we're supporting the vagina, and because it's hot water and we're supporting the vagina, almost most of the time there's very, very minor tearing. Sometimes there's no tearing at all. And the other thing is in emotional high I can't explain it, but when a woman delivers water birth, it's such a triumph because, everybody's happy, including the whole delivery room is very happy because
That's
it's,
right, Doc.
we're hardwired to welcome children. In the
Yes.
Latin countries, like in Spain, the process of giving birth is called dar a luz,
All right.
which is translated into giving light.
Okay. So,
And
Doc, it's nice to know that...
sometimes you really feel that, like you're giving light, you're giving birth, you're giving light. It's the greatest thing ever.
Yes.
And you have to realize that in the practice of medicine, delivering babies is natural. There's no illness. It's practically the only field of medicine where nobody sick.
All right.
So I'm very lucky. We're very lucky to deliver babies.
Yes.
It's a wonderful process.
Yeah, oo,
So, Doc,
tama.
it's nice to know that there are a lot of potential health benefits sa water birth. But we also want to know, safe po ba ito, Doc? Because usually what we
Okay.
see na water birth, usually ginagawa sa bahay. What if there are complications? Like what happened to me, I gave birth preeclampsia. So, paano pag may mga ganong instances, Doc? What can we do about that?
Uh-oh. Okay. So that's the thing now. I was initially doing water births in another place. However, it was not so ideal because it was very far from the delivery room. Plus, the monitoring wasn't so great. So I asked the president of Makati Medical Center, Rose Montenegro at the time, to make a water birth facility in one of the birthing rooms. So in 2017, we inaugurated the water birth facility. Now, what is the advantage of this? No? So just to explain to you, the most important thing is that the tub has to be the correct size and the correct temperature.
Correct.
Now, if you're going to be doing this at home, you're probably in an inflatable tub, and you must maintain a temperature of 37 degrees or higher. Why? Because if the baby comes out and it's less than 37 degrees, they're going to gasp like that, and they can drop.
Oh, wow.
So you must maintain 37 degrees and up for all the benefits I mentioned, for pain relief, for no tearing, and more importantly, when the baby comes out, the baby does not aspirate the water because that water is not sterile. So the tub in our center is big enough to maintain the heat, and if it's a little amount of water, the heat varies so much, it will not retain heat. And how do you heat your water if you're at home? You're going to put electric heaters there, or you're going to have a team of yayas for hot water. It's not really ideal. So the nice thing about the water birth facility is, for sure, the place is nicer than your room. It has a bespoke tub, it has sofas, it has a bed, and in case something goes wrong, within minutes we can take care of the patient. So what happens normally is a water birth, if it does not work, if it gets stuck, what we do is I'll ask for epidural. No? So if you do epidural, the muscles relax, and if it's going to fit, it will dilate. So within 15 minutes ng epidural, that's going to dilate. If it's stuck, it's really stuck. So in case we need to do an emergency, it can be done immediately. I once had this case wherein we knew there was a cord coil. They were very insistent in doing delivery to reach full dilatation. And then what happened was that when we gave epidural, the placenta separated.
Ang
So
ganda.
normally the
medyo
baby would be dead, but we rushed her. In 5 minutes, we got that baby out. That is the type of speed that we can do when the water birth is right there at the delivery room, and our delivery room is extremely efficient.
Doc,
So I've had to
nakakatuwa
give-
pong malaman, Doc, na binibigyan na ng option yung mga nanay no, kung ano yung preference
Yes.
nila sa
Tama.
panganganak.
At option na ang water
Oo.
birth, no? Unlike before, kasi Dok,
Yes.
parang ginagawa lang sa bahay. At medyo masalimuot ang procedure pala nito. And at the same time, medyo nakakatakot na yan kasi paano nga kung magkaroon ng komplikasyon, di ba?
So maganda yung sinabi ni Doc na they're really pushing this like sa isang ospital
Tama.
dito sa Manila kung saan meron na rin silang water birth facility. So in
Tama.
case of emergency, at least alam mo panatag yung loob ng pamilya nung, and of course, tayo mga nanay
Correct.
na anytime, kayang-kaya na nandun ka nandun sa loob ng ospital.
At magagawa ng paraan mga emergency issues, Noel. Maraming salamat po, Doc, sa pagbibigay sa amin ng panibagong kaalaman patungkol sa water birth. Muli, nakapanayan po natin ang OB-GYN na si Dr. Martin Manahan. Maraming salamat po, Doc, at ingat.
Thank you.